Welcome students. Today we will learn about sequencing a story, an important skill in listening, speaking, reading and writing. Sequencing means putting the events of a story in the right order. This makes the story easy to understand and enjoyable to follow. When we sequence correctly, each event connects naturally to the next. Without sequencing, stories can become confusing or incomplete. To show sequence, we use special words like once upon a time, first, then, next, after that, finally, and thus. These words guide the listener step by step. A story must follow logic. For example, a problem should be introduced before it is solved. Each step must connect naturally to the next. Here is a simple example. Once upon a time, a boy lost his book. Then he searched everywhere. Finally, he found it under the table. Notice how sequencing words like once upon a time, then, and finally make the story clear. Here is exercise 1. Please look at the sentences carefully. Pause for a moment and think. Which sentence introduces the problem? Which sentences show the search? Which one gives the ending? A story usually begins with a situation, then shows the struggle, and finally gives the result. Now let us arrange them. One evening, Fatima realized she had lost the key to her front door. She looked everywhere but couldn't find it. She asked her neighbors if they had seen it. Finally, she gave up and went to bed. The next morning, she found her key under the garden bench. So, the complete story flows smoothly from problem to solution. Now let us try exercise 2. Read the sentences about Rahul's first day of school. Pause and think. Which sentence shows his excitement? Which one shows his preparation? Which one shows arrival? And which one shows the ending? Look for words that show the beginning of the day, then the middle events, and finally the conclusion. Here is the correct sequence. Rahul was excited about his first day of school. He wore his new uniform and packed his bag carefully. When he arrived at school, his teacher greeted him warmly at the gates. He waved goodbye to his parents and entered the classroom. Rahul made two new friends and enjoyed the day. This sequence shows his feelings, preparation, arrival, and conclusion in a logical order. Practice by writing short stories using sequencing words. Always check if the events follow logic and read aloud to see if the story flows smoothly. To conclude, sequencing is the backbone of storytelling. It makes your story clear, logical, and enjoyable for everyone. I hope you enjoyed the narration and understood sequencing a story. This is part of your semester 1, unit 5 syllabus. So do revisit it whenever you prepare for exams.